Media questions, the big agenda, Jumedi, Ebre, and everyone say the big agenda, Ebre, free self-copy, say no, never power, Sima, Edunum, Enum. Today, come on, so on a year. Press conference upon press conference. Suspended Chief Justice, her leadership, Justice Gertrude Araba Torkornoo. I had a press conference similar to Jenny, maybe a course so a war. Ne try a year course no ni any home. The presidency led by government spokesperson Felix Kwasho for Susu are responded certain portions of the communication. Chief Justice Ediba ya abai so echremu a omede no enya adwen. Ye ni lawyer for be enko. Me di akwesi say this is the big agenda. Ye kwaba. Ye be di nkomo. Eti enkomo no serika abroso di acho no enne awie na the suspended Chief Justice of Ghana Gertrude Torkornoo a year essential Asia body and Sembi Atudja. And one of the serious issues are always a video ya ababeshe. Tia Samoa Justice Torkornoo at the Tuja in a press conference and a one crack project.
In the second allegation, Mr. Ofori accuses me of transferring a case related to the first one so that to the new judge who took over his case, after a petition had been sent to me to have the two cases heard together. Any lawyer or registrar could have informed him that it is a policy written into the rules of court to have cases between the same parties involving the same issue to be heard by one judge, so that we don't have different decisions from two judges on the same matter. So there is no basis or truth to the allegation that I transferred his cases to a new judge because I had an interest in his cases. Indeed, in the year 2020, I wrote a dissenting opinion in one of Mr. Ofori's cases in the Supreme Court. He won that application because my dissenting opinion was a minority opinion of 3 judges. The other 4 judges supported his application. After this, his lawyers applied that I should not sit on his cases again because I had presided over a different case involving him in the High Court when I was in the High Court in I think 2010, which he had also lost. Since then, I have not sat on any matter involving the gentleman. But what is disturbing about the current Article 146 proceedings is the fact that the cases that he's complaining about in the High Court, the ones that were transferred to one judge, started from a judgment in the Supreme Court written by His Lordship Justice Poaman in favor of Daniel Ofori. How can Justice Poaman, who gave judgment in favor of Daniel Ofori as part of a panel of Supreme Court and whose opinion I dissented with, which has made me a target of Mr. Ofori's anger, preside over processes to remove me as Chief Justice? Because of it is the violations of law that have forced me to bring these matters out in the light of day. The final and fourth reason for this statement is that I have heard on several occasions from loved ones, persons who care, persons who may not know me beyond my public duties, and many who think that since these proceedings seem to be carefully staged to result in my removal as Chief Justice, it would be best if I just retired or resigned rather than subject myself to an ill-motivated process. I have also received threats and veiled threats to the effect that if I fail to resign or retire voluntarily, I will be made to suffer some harm or the other. I've also heard commentaries in the media about how this process was born out of a stated political agenda to remove me and control the judiciary, and that it is a political effort that can only result in an outcome that was decided long before.
And so this is one of some of the issues that the suspended Chief Justice raised. But quick one, latter part of the area say, and semi amount for can say as the suspension and the trial, there was some political undertone. Government, abai eyano through Honorable Felix Kwachi Efusu. Should we?
All but insinuated that there was some political agenda at play to oust her, and that this whole process is a result of sin. Let me place on record, without fear of contradiction, and let me be clear that no such political agenda exists. His Excellency the President took an oath to which he was incidentally sworn by her ladyship, the Chief Justice herself. And in that oath, he swore to abide by the 1992 Constitution. He is enjoined to act a particular way when he receives petitions of the sort that he has received. And that is all that His Excellency has done.
Any response from the Honorable Minister Felix Kwachi Efusu, government spokesperson? Say, baby, Akwakodru, I don't know. The former Chief Justice Adiba Akonso Osaka BM say, baby, ye di na semno. Eye biaya mpenifo bi kwotena ye efa adwempo esu obeku ajeje for me ensa wo mamu ampa otu sa na mo no. Etu ono hu ni susu ni se biaye na ye di na asem no eye biaye a ye pese ye di ehu ehye mu esanse eho ene eku ye fa adwempo eku ajaje for me ensa. Eno no akase mu so aka to dwa so biem so se eho no so ye biaye a okwa yema one ne busuani bia enwura honom petition ya yade ebunu funfo no ne sanka bi entimi kenkan bi eye ala Felix Kwachi Efusu akase about traitor the Chief Justice ekan wasem sa manfo bi ebo ne ntrene says ono akasa antwene wan free adede so Chief Justice a obeku no baye ne bone baye ne se no Felix Kwachi Efusu say the Chief Justice ni ba bia so obi ebo ntrene a obo amane de ko esma menim sa enye samtwefo nhiem di ase ena oba kire Ghana for say obi ebo no entrene yebekọ amanso na ye ne emranifu akokodi enkomo na yabekọ betimi afaso di asemi etimi atoto eyim ebi wo eka se eye the Chief Justice no aso akofram akantama dinsie se ensem bi won ma eye kokwemu asem won mu a wonfa empia botene ba ne sei ena opia lawyer Kwame Adofo ye constitutional lawyer Majo Adimrey eba the big agenda so
Kenya.
The Chief Justice na motu a otu ye etia omeyama mara ba bia na.
The answer is no. In January, because she's complaining about what she's going through.
Okay.
It's got nothing to do with that provision in the Constitution that should be held in camera. It should be held in camera. Say almost evidence near it should be held in camera. But there's no law saying that she's not allowed to speak. There's no law.
Okay. So now, we share the position of government through Felix Kwachi Efusu. Mampeni enye the petition against the Chief Justice no in public. But this time, the Chief Justice already portions of the petition and responding same. Wabra petition the one called no. Each of the near bontia a through Mampeni. Tell on the petition about bonting.
Sana Felix Dika.
That's right.
Now, petition no who be wa wanting that.
Osinya Mampeni de buy.
So do you want to buy? Petition no answer never wanting crano. But Sami Demfi aqua ecosi saying, I am what Sami Demfi, the 2 million much this year.
Okay.
Sami Demfi aqua ecosi saying, I can what them. Before cross and in the Benabiakai. The young man penny at the buy and 100 buy. Yeah, we had kind of correct. Now, on my penny, after my crack, somebody feeds me Baba General Radio, so come what them. Yeah, it means every young man penny on a buy. Let's not accept such lie. It's a complete lie. We should not waste our time on it. My opinion is they really see it. Because I mean, because I could see saying, "Me chow, baby cross." As a consider my program, my station, my sister station.
Yeah. Yeah.
What contract could you say? If they never credit, said they did not release it. So you can check with the Kusi saying, they will tell you that we came to their show and started discussing the petition.
Okay, so now, lawyer, let's get to the substantive of the press conference now. Oh yeah, the issue about say all resign because all resign and prayer ebeye esena hobby dia tohwa ma omano atemu adwuma no ese aseni ekura ekoso ye de hubua ahyere mu am ya pam no every office it obegirem go through but me feel say as a baby a de pimpe e de kono ke be better say kono ba resign.
Well, look, that is your opinion, but me no nyadwene. They have no nyadwene.
That's opinion of some others, and I'm repeating.
Exactly.
Okay.
Well, they are wrong. Well, I disagree with them. They are entitled to their opinion, but I disagree with them. Anything. And they said the moment you resign, then it means that you have admitted that the allegations are true, and therefore you don't have a defense. After we back, initially, people called me, and this was my position.
Okay.
And they accept also. Not all people would defense. Why resign? You resign when you know you have no defense. Then you resign. But when
now
you know
she's
that
crying
it's a complete...
foul. She's now crying foul of the process now. Yeah, they compare no kreno. So what shows that the verdict no ebanas and call in favor? She will accept it.
Well, look, she doesn't have to accept it. It's up to the people of Ghana. We have to see that justice has been done. Not only has it been done, it must also be seen to be done. It's not up to her. Because one day, she's an individual. The next Chief Justice will also go through the same process. And we want that to happen in Ghana, where every 4 years, power changes. Somebody comes and says, I want to get rid of a Chief Justice. Do you want that in Ghana?
Do you find this position of the Chief Justice as ridiculous? Senator Felix Kwachofosu describing it. She's linking her trial at the venue where trial no ekos no to be a nipa bi kwatena ebopo ekoku 3 justices of our court somewhere 1982. That alliance no mafobun said that we say we are far too first.
Look, I don't want to talk about politicians.
Okay.
Because politicians are always going to be politicians.
Okay.
They will take political positions that are favorable to them. I always go for the legal position.
Okay.
The legal position is we have 3 branches of government. They all stand alone. So the question is, why is it that one branch is going to the executive for a place to hold meetings or hearings? Why? When the judiciary itself has its own places that they can hear or they can have the hearing.
But according to government, this was a proposal from the Independent Inquiry Committee seeking government say ometimi use that venue, which is a government facility.
And I mean, why? Why did they make that request?
Okay.
Why? Is that the only place that they could hear it? I just say, now court. Now is the court near here for you call police station. How do you could ask them? Are you not going to ask yourself why? Why police station? Is it a court to know and is it a police station you get the man? Don't you think we need to know why?
Okay.
The question is why? That is in a hot normal request here. When the judicial service has several places, even a courtroom can be made available.
But why should it necessarily have to be the venue of the judicial service?
Because it stands as a symbol of independence. You see, when you are holding a hearing in the courtroom, it stands independent, or there is a symbol of independence from interference from politics or politicians. The moment you move away, somebody will ask, why are you changing venue? What did the American say?
But is it not another same credence to Rebecca said then for fairness to be seen, to be done, and perfectly executed in Tino? Yemfanko a venue which is separated from the office of the judicial service.
Which is linked to politics. which is linked to the executive. Is that what you're saying?
But
so now the executive is going to determine
certainly,
matters. So
okay.
now the executive is now going to determine matters that affect the bench. Is that what you're saying?
I'm not saying so.
And I'm telling you that even the venue itself is problematic. It should never have been held in.
I said you are making look as if the part that we are working on, I shall justice in Yajuma.
Look, how can you say that? So are you realistically believing say there will be fairness and just outcome from this? No. You're executing that. This is just a formality. Because
so the committee cannot be fair.
No, absolutely no. If you are looking for a
committee chaired by competent men at the bar, competent men who have long-standing experience as lawyers, justice, someone like Justice Bafo Bonnie, Justice Puaman, or who leads such a committee. A lawyer, Kwame Adolfo Kache said their judgment is not going to be fair.
What will your question?
Me try.
The answer is Justice Bafo Bonnie is not sitting as part of the committee.
Okay.
The committee consists of 2 justices of the Supreme Court, Justice Puaman and Justice Asiedu. So Justice Bafo Bonnie is not part of the committee. Also, it includes people such as Domelevo is part of it. And you know Domelevo?
Yeah.
He has an issue with the court itself. When he was suspended by former President Akufo-Addo, you saw he was not happy. So, look, if you have any doubt that this committee is going to reach any outcome other than what they want,
but this is the same Domelevo.
Yeah. Hello?
Okay. May I say, lawyer, I mean, I don't count. Mame kwa amasuna mene a former Director General at my Ghana School of Law. Lawyer Answer Asare Esukodi Ekumo. Counsel, good evening.
Good evening, you know.
Utie Mame Gertrude Araba Torkornoo Orehoye.
Mirehoye pa. Me say, sister, mame Chief Justice Gertrude Torkornoo. Na em say asetim kakra ntimirehoye pa ka menkwa anka one who do press conference no kra.
When even we're pushing for things to be done right, na yenye no, e go keep it quiet.
Say adiane de basa na ko busy basa bisa.
Okay. Na council say me pushi ade say baby amode me efei mani nye ho ne ekosui entwaye maka ne kokoam ye mfimi a asem ye wi de ho anu ye beba abonten ma me nka ma abonten so fo NTB
na sa abonten so fo betumi aboa wa e na wo kan e beto atum na abonten so fo ne obeke bia no omuntumi nya ho hwe inde adenje na inde okay we are not and yes why pama nyame eno akeke na abonten so fo betumi aka
per narration okay
hana bank na committee no moncho enche report no na ye nyina etumi aka bi date ye hu se na ekop fire
per issues that were raised we feel say justice betumi aye adwuma from the committee verdict beba
na we chief justice na wo ka kire oman no say baby a wo no man ko yie kura what do you expect to do and that's how I'm listening to the also na chief justice kura na di ade ya no na yen and the system no kura yen yanko ye be call akonodi ye be call tutori ye be call enyefe then your system no bia no atia.
Will you support the cause Onua and resign by her own?
After resigning, the resigning, I ain't ye. And it say, Emra it's all resign no. Ye nyina ye tu no fo se mo resigning.
Okay.
On hwe na enko yi. Na te se na normal ko no nga san wa relation say enko yi ma no. Na ade ni excuse, ade na say ya. On pembe you will be no monko president or president bit me an lip to suspension no wa ye na president or statisa process here. Na or lip to suspension na makanda. Onya lip to suspension no papa. He is undermining, the credibility of the committee. One for the CJ removal process. So the president so yes. It bueno according to say what could see a bianidia to she.
Okay.
Who swallow a ye.
A good some swat a
yas. Who take a masun a ye into bend. But who are now Odia and Nubi and not this ye uno.
Lawyer Benassi.
Maybe they are say on finding problem in solutions, submissions,
and come back
with the committee.
Mate, you say lawyer and Sir Asare, a former director general of the Magana School of Law. Adam to say, this is the big agenda. But they are question in here. Or should I offer? If I say,